kind of go over Danielle McEwan, one of the stars on the PWBA Tour and a member of Team USA. We're going to kind of go back and take a look at her back in 2012 and the changes that she has made in her game to accelerate her development and why she's been such a rising star lately on the PWBA Tour. So we got over here on the left, I got 2012, and over here on the right, I got 2018, which is last year at Team USA training camp. Right off the bat, you can take a look at the ball placement. Ball placement completely underneath her chin over here in 2012. And now we have a more athletic posture. It's between her chin and shoulder, more kind of closer to the chin, but more alignment. But again, look at the shoulders as well. Look at the shoulders here where we have some angles where this one here, both shoulders are kind of curled forward and crunching. She's almost kind of very compact. The hand placement is underneath the ball on both of them, but this is a much better relaxed position. Now as we go ahead and we start the push away, you notice that she pushes the ball out to the right. So as we started this approach, the ball, the push away kind of went out here to the right. As we go back to 2018, you notice the push away is much quieter. It just kind of drops in. So the nice thing here right off the bat is that you can see the ball is just dropping into the swing. Whereas over here, going back in 2012, we still have both shoulders forward and it's kind of rolling out to her right. Now, one of the keys I want to bring up to about these players is keeping this right shoulder relaxed and down and back. If we go back here in the past, you can see that this right shoulder is still really farther forward than her neck. So you kind of can see both shoulders roll forward. Where this one, we have our left shoulder forward and the right shoulder is going to be kind of aligned with our neck. So as she started taking the ball back, you can see that the swing direction here, it pushes out to the right. She has to really step left. In the 2018, it just drops into the swing. So right here, look at the separation of the leg and the ball versus going back in 2012. As she takes the ball back into the backswing, you can see here that the ball is completely behind her left shoulder. And as we go back to the 2018, it's in line with our head. And this is what we're striving for. This is the great position, is that we can get that ball in line with our head and our shoulder. So as the ball drops down, it just drops straight down into the slot. And it's going to be very easy to repeat those shots. Whereas if I go over here to the left, you can see that the ball kind of wants to go that way. And she wants to be throwing it this way. So you'll see the ball kind of change direction right there at the bottom. That redirection is one of the things that we see here a lot at the training center at ITRC in Arlington, is that we'll see a lot of swings get behind their back and they have to redirect it at the bottom, which means you have to be perfect right here at the release to be able to repeat the shots. Now, Danielle was on Team USA. She was a very great player back in 2012, but she's continuing to work on her game. And you'll notice here on the right how clean that swing, push direction, how efficient that's going to be. It's going to enable her to be more versatile in the lanes and to be able to repeat those shots. Kind of want to show you from the back view. Again, over here 2012, over here on the right 2018. You can see here I can't see any of the ball at all on both of them, which is good, but you can see the posture that we have a little bit of spine tilt to the side, kind of leaning over to the ball side. You don't want to go too much. But you'll notice here back in 2012, it was virtually pretty straight up and down. You want to have a little bit of lateral spine tilt. You don't want to be going too far. I see a lot of players that kind of overdo it and they're way over here, and that's way too much. Just a little bit so you can get this bowling shoulder down a little bit. Now the key is that the elbow is inside the shoulder, and I can see the elbow, so I have a good idea where the swing's going to go. Now, as we start to push away back in 2012, the footwork, you can see that the ball roll out here to the right. At this point here, this would be a very good place to be if the ball really wanted to go that direction, but we don't want to do that. We go over here to 2018, and as he starts to push away, you'll see it just kind of drop into the swing. So now we have a very good alignment with her swing and her launch angles. You can see that everything's kind of tucked in tight. And over here to the right, you can see everything's kind of going out to the right. As she continues the swing, This is what we call getting your swing trapped behind you. You can see that that ball again wants to go with her shoulder. It wants to go that direction. We go over here to 2018, and you can see that alignment. It just covers her head at the top of the swing. So we know that that ball wants to drop right in here, and it's going to be very easy to repeat. Great players have swings similar to like this that she has over here in 2012, but this is the work that Danielle has been putting into her game to help her to come to the status she is on the PWBA Tour. As she drops down, she'll have to redirect this swing. 2012, we go over here to 2018, and you can see how everything is efficient, drops right into line. This has taken a lot of work, and again, we're looking at 6 years of work on her part. But that's what the best do. They continue working on their game. From the side view, going 2012 versus 2018. And again, up here on the top, we have her in 2012 where her shoulders are really kind of arched forward. The ball was in the center of her body. Legs are locked. I know it's kind of hard to see it here. There we go, because of the other player being in the way. Down here on the bottom is 2018. The ball's more relaxed. You can see the elbow is slightly behind her hip. But there's kind of a few major things that you see as we go through the approach. So as we start the push away, you'll notice here that she looks much stiffer here on the top back in 2012, or much more relaxed, more athletic position, calmer if anything, down here in 2018. As she starts to take the ball back, you notice that the ball is a good width, almost 2 ball lengths getting to the swing sooner now as opposed back in 2012. So she definitely has worked on her timing, getting the ball into the swing a little bit quicker. But what I want you to notice is this left arm between these two. Now they're kind of relaxed in the same position, except she has a little head start on the ball here. But as she goes, notice how this arm goes up. This arm still stays relaxed and back. And as we get to the top of the backswing, you'll see that this arm actually goes above her shoulder. So her whole center of gravity, everything's moving up. Whereas down here in the bottom, the posture's a little bit forward. She's in a little better attack position to go into the finish where everything seems a little farther upright, and her center of gravity is definitely higher in this video versus the video in 2018. And you'll see the difference as she gets into the finish. As she goes into the finish, the posture is forward and she's driving. Whereas this one here, she's really leaning forward. Doesn't have that good leg drive into the finish. So even though it's 6 years different, you can see the difference in the timing as she's taking the ball back. She gets the ball into the swing a little earlier. We're just gonna let her relax and let the ball drive through the finish.